Hello, welcome to Kitchen Witchen with Andrew, the Fall Comfort Food Series. I want to thank everybody for that tunes into this. It's been a while. I keep advertising saying I'm going to be on, and I wound up getting sick. With 7 school-age grandchildren, it's bound to happen. Or grandchildren. It was bound to happen. It happened this weekend. It ripped through our family. I'm just getting my strength back, so I'm doing a video instead of a live. Next week I'll be into, hopefully, a live for the next 4 shows. Maybe I'll throw an extra one in there for everything here. So I'm going to do this fast because I don't have a lot of video time. Today I am making Witch's Halloween Pie, aka Shepherd's Pie. This is a recipe that I got out of Wicca in the Kitchen from Cunningham's encyclopedia of Wicca in the Kitchen. I'll take pictures of and post them of all the recipes, how long to cook it for. But it's basically shepherd's pie. So if you've ever made one, this is just a little variation on the classic English dish. It says 1.5 cups of charmed mashed potatoes, which I will put the recipe on there. It's basically mashed potatoes, but you do add an egg to it, and you also add a charm into it. But because I'm serving this to 2 and 3 and 4-year-olds, we're not going to put a charm in this one. Normally you would take a charm, and I'll explain that later on. But this is 1.5 cups of charmed potatoes, 1 egg, 1/4 cup of butter melted, medium onion finely chopped, a clove of garlic crushed, 1 pound of chopped steak, we're using Hamburg, 1/2 cup of beef gravy, 1/4 cup of beef bouillon, a bay leaf, 2 teaspoons of fresh parsley, which is actually fresh right from our garden, and 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, salt and pepper to taste. Now, there's other variations on it. We added peas to this, and this recipe that I've made is doubled. So if I can get it over here. Stop. So that is, it's cooking on the stove, or it's all cooked. So I'm going to come over here and I'll show you how to get this thing put together. I wanted one of these already made up so I could do the old Martha Stewart, one in the oven, pull one out. Just didn't have time to do it. So this is the ground beef with the gravy and everything all mixed in with it. Like I said, we've added 1 can of peas. So start with the smaller one here. And you just want to ladle this into the bottom of the dish. The beef mixture with your gravy. Make sure you remove your bay leaf. I've made stews before, turkey soup, and I've left them in it. Just kind of spread that out. And then we're making a bigger one here for my daughter and the grandkids to take home. I did take a nibble of this just to see how this tasted with this recipe, and it was fantastic. Alright, so now for your mashed potatoes. Like I said, it's just normal mashed potatoes. Nothing was fancy on it. The exception of you do use an egg in it to help with the texture. And you're gonna put a goodly amount on, and you're gonna spread that out evenly. Let's see if I can get that camera to back up a little bit more. There we go. All right. And I got got Coco over here next to me. She is waiting for me to drop something. After I get this in the oven, we're going to sit down for a couple minutes and go over a couple of things that I wanted to do before I started this. Because I don't have one in the oven yet. I got to get it in. Now, alright, that should be more than enough potatoes to feed them. I'm going to spread this out, smooth it down. Now, because I'm not using a charm in my potatoes, and I still want to add some magic to it, I am going to add the Elder Farthark ruin of One Joe. And for those of you that don't know, One Joe is the, it represents joy and celebration amongst friends and family. So I'm going to put that symbol on here, and I'm going to get this into the oven. And we're going to bake this for 20 minutes at 400 in a preheated oven. Let me wipe some of that off before I... So, One Joe looks like the, almost like the letter P. It's a straight line down, and then it looks like just a triangle coming off, or a flag. Those of you that golf, a golf flag. So, I got that in there. And some joy and celebration with my family. So, if you can see that, and I'm going to get that in the oven. And I'll get my timer set here. And that's up, and we're off to the races on that one. And let's do this last one up here. This will be for my wife and myself. Now, I'm always used to cooking big. That's my parents' fault, and my aunt and uncle. We had a large family. My parents had 3 kids. My aunt and uncle had 4, but we were always together. So it was just always a huge, huge family. Holiday times, and even during the week. And being the son of a scoutmaster all the way from Cub Scouts, we did all of our own cooking in Scouts. We didn't have our banquets out in the fancy halls that some of the other troops did, and so we learned to cook at a young age. I'm not a chef. I've never been a chef. I don't play a chef on TV. I have cooked in restaurants for quite a few years. I did hang my knives up a few years back, and went full-time truck driving. And we got that one done. That is for my wife and myself to eat, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put our One Joe symbol in here. There we go. Some joy, celebration amongst family and friends. Now this is a really, really good Halloween or Samhain dish to make. It's actually in his book as that. Find the page. There we go. So this is magical uses for a festival food is Halloween and Samhain. So I'm going to switch over here to the table now that I don't need to be standing here and excuse the moving around like that real quick. Okay. Alrighty. Sorry about that. With all my family being out sick, my daughter was going to do my video recording with me, and she's out, and my wife is out, so that leaves me and you, so that is fine. So that was out of Wicca, Wicca in the Kitchen. This is an excellent book. I have so many recipes that I've gotten out of here, and so much useful information I've got out of here. Now, I'm more Earth Witch, eclectic witch. I love cooking, but I don't normally do Kitchen Witchen by itself, just that I'm more of an Earth Witch with my herbs and my nature and doing things with my hands outside, inside. But I just wanted to cover a couple of things that are also in the A Magical Household, which is another book. Again, I'm going to take pictures. You'll be able to see them clearly. I only have a few minutes for this before I run out of video. So I'll get right into it. Cooking is a magical process of transformation that utilizes the 4 elements: earth, the food itself, which springs from our planet; fire, the source of heat; flame, solar; electric, water, water would be the liquid used to prepare or to cook the food; and air, the steam that rises from the heated substance through the use of the elements. The cook prepares magically nourishing meals. Cooking is an act of magic in which the cook's manipulation transforms just plain ingredients into something far greater than the sum of its parts. So each item that you're putting in, while each part is magical by itself, it's the intentions that you're putting into your food, into preparing it, to setting your table, to the utensils that you've used to prepare your food. That is where the magic is. In our house, the kitchen is one of the most used rooms in our whole house. Our dining room and our kitchen. We have a little table here in our kitchen. It's just my wife and I sit here. It gets more use than our living room. I sit here for hours and hours at end and do work. My wife sits in here during the daytime if she's not out in the patio. Well, it's nice out. But moving on, because eating is necessary to life, so is cooking. We can pay someone to cook for us, but by doing so, we're missing the opportunity to truly become attuned with our food. There are many charms designed to safeguard the cook, the kitchen, and the food prepared within it, which is important. You want your area, just like your personal area, your personal altar. You set your circle up, your wards, alarms, defenses. Do the same thing in the kitchen. One of the most pleasant ones directs us to grow an aloe vera plant, which I actually have one growing upstairs right now. It will be coming down here as soon as it's healthy enough. It's one I'm saving. In a sunny kitchen window, it will have to go into a plant lake. There's no sunny window in this kitchen. The plant has long been used to soothe burns and scrapes, which is a great thing to have in a kitchen. You burn yourself on steam or whatever, you cut a piece of your plant off, you thank the plant for its sacrifice, you peel the top layer of the plant off and you squeeze the aloe vera out over your burn, over your cut. If you do this enough times, within a day it will look like you don't even have it. It is certainly a magical plant. Another popular kitchen protection is the rope of garlic, onions, or peppers. We don't have one in here yet. I so long wanted to have one. We've never been able to get one. I just got to get down to the farmer's market and get one. This is the right time of year for it. Just a plain bulb of garlic placed in a kitchen windowsill is also a fine magical ward, as is an onion. Leaded glass crystal sun catchers hung in a sunny kitchen window are also excellent protective devices. Another symbols such as pentagrams, the equal arm, solar crosses, and hearts can be painted, carved, chalk, traced with fingers or essential oils on canisters, cupboards, your appliances, your pots, your pans, even your dishes. And you've seen it in a lot of houses where they have the Dutch symbols going all the way around. They were for luck. We don't have any in here right now. A mortar and pestle, which we do have, is whether you use it in your kitchen or you don't use it, just having it in your kitchen is an excellent protective device. The copper molds, the jello molds and cake molds that are made out of copper, because copper is Venus, and it is a great it's a great protection device in the kitchen. Which the mortar and pestle symbolize the mortar, or the cup base represents the female principle of creation, whereas the pestle symbolizes the male aspect, but together they create change. The mortar also represents a cauldron, a sacred and magical tool. In fact, the mortar and pestle is so steeped in magic that a set placed in a kitchen, even if never actually used, will safeguard the room. So it's basically what I'd already said. And then I don't have a lot of video time left, so I'll hit this real quick. The magical household has different sections in it. One of the ones that I read the most is the magical year, or the circle of life, the calendar year. You will all the way back around to Thanksgiving. Right now we're days away. 3 days away from the autumn equinox, circa September 21st. Marks another harvest festival. You may wish to decorate your home with dried ears of colored corn. Some folks avoid using gray corn, for it's looked upon with suspicion. A lot of that might be superstition. I don't. We do use ears of corn inside and outside the house at this time of year, which we haven't put any up yet. We do have our pumpkins outside and our marigolds, or our mums. But ears of red and yellow, blue corn, sacred to many North American people, are beautiful, inexpensive symbols of the season. Gourds and dried sheaves of wheat are also highly appropriate decorations. I have gourds out in the living room. Actually, these items are more than decoration. Not only do they contain specific energies which they lend to your house, they also symbolize that have powerful effects on our imagination. When we look at the dried corn piled on a table on September 21st, we're instantly aware of the significance of the day. Through the symbol, we are linked with the harvest ritual of untold and antiquity. I'll let you read it. Antiquity. Even though most of us don't grow all of our food, the season still influences us. Magical people, as well as magical households, attune with the season as a part of living with nature and practicing magic. Now, October 31st, or Samhain, Halloween, it's an ancient religious festival. Next week or the next 2 weeks, I'll get more into that, and as we get closer to Samhain and November 1st. And then one of the things I'll touch on again at the end of my series will be Thanksgiving, which is late November. It began when the Pilgrims planted their crops in New England later than the season than usual, so their harvest was late. Thus, the American tradition of Thanksgiving is simply a disguised and tardy harvest festival. Hanging a bunch of ears of dried corn by their stalks on your front door. Thanksgiving ensures a prosperous, wealthy year to come. And then, obviously, Yule follows Thanksgiving. And if everything goes well on all my videos, who knows? Maybe I'll do a holiday cooking for the Yule season. But some of the things to look forward to that I will be better here soon. I will be making sweetened bread, which is pandamurto, if I said that right, which is anise seeds, water, dry yeast, milk, flour, salt, butter. It's got a lot of eggs in it. Orange flower water, which I just got that, and I got the anise seed. This is a bread of the dead. It's used by a lot of the Mexican countries and the Southwest. You'll start seeing it any time now. It will start coming through late September, early October, right up until the first week of November. You'll start seeing those bakeries making it. I will be doing the original Pilgrim pumpkin pie, which is nothing more. Basically, it's custard baked inside of a pumpkin. For the beef, I did the shepherd's pie. I will be doing next week. Will be the chicken and biscuits. Be homemade chicken and biscuits. And along with the pumpkin, I'm hoping to get in a recipe called green soup, which is it's literally a green colored soup. It's fresh spinach, butter, parsley, chives, a whole bunch of other stuff. Again, it's a very fall dish. Festival. It's a festival food. Again, Halloween or Samhain, and I will be getting into a lot more of what goes on in kitchen witching. Like there's different symbols that are used. Everything from protection, psychic awareness, purification, money, peace, spirituality, weight loss, sex, fertility. There's a lot involved in kitchen witching. It's not just going cooking and eating. To some people, this is it's a way of life. To others, it's just an extra practice or something that we throw into our daily practice. Because I'm in the kitchen so much, I just take advantage of it. And cooking for so many people, it's very easy. And even at my worst, which I'm at right now, I'm still putting in my best. So, with all that being said, I'm looking forward to moving on here with the next couple of episodes, and what was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. My head is so clouded right now, so forgive me on that one. But in closing, no matter what you make or who you make it for, make it with love and stir in kindness. If you're going to make it, just put your heart into it. So with that, peace to all, this and every day, and blessed be. Thank you for putting up with this promptu video. I really want to do a questions and answers, so looking forward to next week. Again, blessed be to everybody, and peace.